One is Kurt. I know I talk a lot of shit, but I don't think I'm gonna get done with my. Well, now I'm trying to write a paper to prove that P equals NP instead of just giving a lecture. But I can try to give a lecture on 420, but I'm not gonna post it on ARXIV because I'm gonna try to write a paper now. And my paper, this is the title: How to Reuse Time, aka YP equals NP, aka Polynomial Hierarchy Collapse, aka The God Machine, aka DTMs equal NTMs, aka Why Log Time is Misunderstood, aka An Exploration into the Wonders of Time and Relativity, aka Thanks to Stephen Cook for realizing the answer was the answer, solving bounded and Shining's problem, and instead of taking credit, coming up with $1,000,000 question which has such a straightforward solution that only an idiot creative genius like me could see it, aka Welcome to the Jungle, aka if you're reading this, it's too late. You guys aren't reading this, you're hearing this, so it's not too late because I haven't written it. You can like kill me or something, and then it will still get out because I put my face on it. But I don't know if anyone will be able to. I should probably write it down just in case. Anyway, it's not too late. I haven't released it. No one's gonna believe me anyway, so it probably won't even be late when you read this, but I have to have an insane amount of confidence to do what I'm doing, and I don't. But confidence is a lie, so I'm gonna I'm gonna try. Anyway, since I don't know if I'm gonna be able to deliver, I've promised lots of things at work, and they're the ones that pay me, and this isn't guaranteed paying, and I kind of feel bad about them paying me lots because I need to deliver, but then again, I deliver way too much for them, so. But they pay me a lot, so I, I think that should be my first priority. Although I'm going to continue to speed write because I've got this all figured out now. And since I write the way that I speak, I figure I can, you know, watch my old lectures and just type them up, transcribe them. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I'm going to try to get it done by end of April. And I'll try to get like a rough draft. How I write rough drafts is I basically just outline it all and then I fill in the guts. So if I can outline it all, then I can try to give a presentation on the outline, which will help me fill in the guts by 420. I'll try. I'm gonna try for it. That's 8 days. Thank God that deadline is not my work deadline. I said end of April. Kurt, you're fucking crazy. Everyone called me out on being fucking crazy. They all know I'm gonna get it done though. But I am insane. I have it all planned out though. It's what I'm building is very special, and once it's complete, people are gonna be like, "Kurt built this. That motherfucker, that crazy ass dude built this." And then around that time, I'm gonna try to release paper on P equal to NP, and everyone's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this dude?" I'm gonna be like, "I'm a god among men. That's what I am. But so are you, so it's fine." No one's gonna believe me. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm still gonna write it. I'm still gonna write it. These are my hypotheses. They have to do with the fact that I think the current question at hand is if omniscience is equal to ignorance, not if determinism is equal to non determinism in a Turing machine. They are comparing apples to oranges and then saying, of course they're not equal, but they're missing the point. Anyway, these hypotheses revolve around that. Well, it's really one hypothesis, and something I'm gonna have to prove that NP equals P. You want to know my real proof? My real proof is, and this is in the spirit. If I had time, I would have written a shorter letter, because I've spent a very long time thinking about this stupid problem, which I hate, but it's so simple and like beautiful that I love it. This is my real proof, and then I'll tell you my hypotheses, which will probably convince you more than my proof. But my proof is really special because I think it has gotten people thinking, like, oh, maybe Kurt's onto something because this would work. Rainbow tables for 3-sat. Therefore, P equals NP QED. That is my proof. And it's not like enough to make it true, but your arguments against it, I would have counter arguments for that would kill you. So it's basically checkmate. You can't go anywhere after that. There's no argument that you can give that would make that not true. So I've gotten you guys in checkmate just with that. But you guys can't see checkmate yet. So I have to write this stupid paper and then post it on this stupid site so that people can add me to this stupid list and still not admit that they were wrong. Because that's what's going to happen. I bet you. Kurt, I have hope in humanity. I'm going to email G.J. Wowinger, Stephen Cook, and Michael Sitzer, among others, with my proof. I'm probably going to also email the dude that said, as you approach the speed of light, NP equals P, because that is a genius paper. There's a list of people who have tried to prove P equal to NP, and that is a fucking paper on the list. I love it. I love that paper. I'm going to email him. I think he should get the $1 million. He said it before me, although he's wrong, because as you approach the speed of light, determinism equals non-determinism. It's not just P equal to NP. Time doesn't pass the speed of light, so you can't even have polynomial versus, like, you can't have quantities of time because it's not passing. It's insane. Einstein proved this. I'm not making it up. Like, I always look it up because I don't believe it. It's an insane theory, but special relativity proves this shit. E equals mc squared. Oh my god. Anyway, past the point. Let's get to my two hypotheses. I'm not a physicist. I refuse to take physics classes. Okay? I'm a logician. Hypotheses. If a DTM has the same knowledge as an NTM, then the DTM will be able to solve any problem the NTM can deterministically. The amount of time taken to traverse this knowledge base and determinedly solve the solution would be the time to execute. There exists a set of configurations a NTM can execute in time t to determine the certificate to input I if and only if a DTM will be able to determine I in time t given the length determine the certificate. I need to put the certificate. Of I in time t given the same knowledge base as the NTM. That's what I'm going to prove. Because I'm going to prove the knowledge base could be the configurations themselves, like the only configurations that it just needs to be one configuration. If there exists a certificate which allows the input to be in the language, then it would be that certificate or any of those. If there doesn't exist, then it's just one of the other, like it's anything. It doesn't matter. It just has to be one solution. You could theoretically exist this machine, okay? An NTM, and then the reason why, like, a straightforward, common sense reason why this should be true is because a NTM may have a set of transitions out of a theoretical state Q of n, but will only take one transition out of state Q of n at time t. It can only be in one state at once. It's not a quantum machine. It's a classical machine, and therefore it is bound by classical physics. And classical physics is bound by relativity. I'm not going to say anything more about physics. Nothing in this paper is going to be about physics, except for maybe I put it in the letter to academics that Einstein found the same thing as me. Because I can't not say it. I mean, everyone says it in all these P equals NP papers. It's not just me. I mean, That's what he proved. And everyone's like, no. Quantum physics gives us free will. The free will comes from the indeterminate nature from our position of the particles. If you are above the universe, looking down, would you find it easy to measure the position of me? I mean, quantum physics is pretty straightforward. No, it's not. That's why I avoid it. You weren't supposed to talk about physics. We're going to get into my feelings on string theory, and then it's going to be out the window for Kurt. Okay, good night. Bye. I'm going to try to get it done. I promise you it's going to get done one day. I always do the things that I say. They just take time. I never forget about them. They're always in my mind. I've promised lots and lots of things because people have finally realized that I could do them. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time. We'll get there, though. I promise you. I promise you we'll get there. Take my hand. What song? Is that a High School Musical song? I don't know. Anyway, good night, goodbye, good riddance.